So these are things that are so important for couples to distinguish, not to confuse, but still to connect them. The first one is the context and the text. The second, principles and model. The third one is laws and way. And the last one is rules and meanings. Why am I saying this again? Because all this is helping us to start and to do, okay, now we are clarifying. We understand what we want to do. Is to remain faithful, to go ahead, but we have a framework. Now, very quickly, I'm sorry, if you give me 10 minutes still? Is that okay? Because I am half of my way as a good Swiss citizen. So, no, very quickly. With all this, we have to ask now a question. We want to remain faithful, we want to go ahead, we have the framework and we understand what we should not confuse and what we should not forget. Now we have to ask ourselves which kind of reform we want. As I told you, is reforming the minds, is reforming our understanding, is not to reform Islam, knowing that at the end of the day, tajdeed ad-din means that we will have new responses and new rules, of course. And then, we have, many of the words that are the concepts that we have in Islam. We should go through the spiritual dimension to understand the deep meaning of them. It's exactly with jihad is exactly this. Jihad? If you want to understand the very meaning of jihad, go through the jihad al-nafs. You will get the very deep teaching. Is that in fact jihad is this effort, this resistance to reform your own self by using the qualities that you have to master the weaknesses that you feel, that you know you have. Violence, or greediness, anything that you know it's the dark side, not going too far on that, the dark side of our personality. So the spiritual dimension of jihad is helping us to know how do we have to deal with jihad in the outside world, resist discriminations, the resist oppression. This is what we are doing. It's a resistance and a reform. Now, if you come to the very essence of our spirituality, is to do what? What Allah is expecting from us. When He's telling us, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اسْتَجِيبُوا, respond. O you who believe, respond. Respond to what? To a call. This call is giving you life. استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم. Da'wah, it's a call to what gives you life. And know that the knowledge of Allah, وَعَلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ, that the knowledge of Allah is between you and your own heart. But this call is to do what? Is to reform yourself. Islah al-nafs. You have to change yourself. You are to come close to Allah. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِ عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. I'm close. I'm close to every single heart. What are we expected to do? To go through this spiritual journey to do what? To transform ourselves. To transform ourselves means it's a reform process. Spirituality is about reform yourself. Islah nafsak. Islah al-nafs. But Islah al-nafs means you have to transform yourself, not to adapt yourself to the bad temptations that you have. It's to master them in order to transform. It's an ongoing process of transformation, isn't it? This is spirituality. Spirituality is about transformation. So, you know what? When I was writing these books about the Prophet, this became so clear for me that this was the essence of Islam. It's all about reforming to transform. And then, it should be exactly the same with the world, isn't it? That you reform the world in order to transform the world for the better. What you do with your heart, you do it with the world, isn't it?